The Monster Mile can be very cruel, and it has certainly already bitten 4 drivers here as they were working lap 32. We are under a red flag, and there is one of the heavily damaged cars of Joey Logano. Let's show you what happened. They were working lap 32, coming up the backstretch. Now, middle of the back straightaway. Look at Tony Stewart right behind the 20 car.
Yeah, you can see Bobby Labonte pulled down to get to the inside. Joe Logano had to check up a little bit. Tony Stewart got into the back of him with his wheels turned left, moving down the track. That sent him down on the apron and then back up in front of the rest of these cars. This is an accident that is, you heard it said before, racing accidents. That's exactly what this is. There's nowhere to place blame. Everybody's just going kind of for the same spot. And when things check up and happen very quickly, you have to understand they're going 170 miles an hour right here. And you can see right there just how quick that happened.
Come on.
Now watch Bobby Labonte move down right in front of the 20.
Yeah, you can see Logano got it just into the back of the 96 there just for a split second, but he had to check up not to hit the 96 any harder, and when he did, Tony wasn't able to check up quite as quickly.
Let's listen to Bobby Labonte's radio.
Went low to protect the inside. As you said, it was clear, so I went down a little bit. He hit me. Boom. And then next thing I know, he spun out. Yeah, you still were clear, and he hit you after that. After he got hit.
That pretty well explains it. I mean, Bobby really didn't do anything wrong. He's just trying to, like I said, protect his position, getting in the corner so that he didn't get freight trained and a line of cars go by him on the inside.
There is Tom Logano, the father of Joey, and he obviously running down to check on his son at the care center. And the good news is that Joey Logano did get out of this car and walk on his own to the ambulance to be taken into the care center. Now, let's talk about safety for a moment, and we'll show you why these drivers were able to walk away as we go down to our Craftsman Tech Garage and Tim Brewer.
Thanks, Jerry. You know, the cars are a lot safer, but the equipment inside the cars, take, for instance, the Hans device. It's actually the head and neck support system. It keeps the head from coming forward. But still yet, inside the car, the guys work very hard to make sure that when a driver's in place, the helmet's sitting in between these 2 support systems on the side. What that does, it keeps the head from flopping around. And as long as you stay in the environment of this seat, your chances of walking away are very good.
Tim, it's a great explanation. And DJ, when they first came out with this, drivers were complaining that it took away their visibility and took away their ability to turn their helmet. But now you're able to see that the safety does play a major role. Yeah, it really does. It's amazing how far this has come. You see Jeff Gordon, Hendrick Motorsports requires all of their drivers to run this seat. And it is great innovation. All of this safety stuff inside the cars has been fantastic. So that's why these guys can do this. And I think Jamie's with one of the drivers that was involved in this accident.
Well, Robbie Gordon has been released. He says he's just fine. But, Robbie, you were just right there, wrong place at the right time. What did you see?
Well, all I remember seeing was, how do I say it? I saw the 20 car down on the bottom, and he just shot across the track. Looks like he must have got pushed to the bottom or something happened going into 3. And I went to the high side trying to slow down. And unfortunately, we got caught up in it. But you know, for our car, for the Camping World car, it wasn't nothing but a radiator. But it's normal practice. Go to the emergency, go to the care center and check it out. I'm glad that the Joey's good. I mean, I remember being stopped there and looking at that thing, flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. And I was excited to see him climb out of that thing.
I'm glad you're okay as well, and we'll catch up with Joey Logano as soon as he's released, Doc.
Drivers are all okay. That's the good news, but it is a very violent sport. Almost 180 miles an hour as they enter turn 3 over there. And look at Logano's car, side over side over side. And what was a Toyota Camry is now a large heap of junk being taken to the garage area. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series presented by Burger King under a red flag here on lap 32. Violent impact, and now Jamie Little is caught up with one of the drivers involved.
Martin Truex Jr., local boy. We just saw his car get pulled through here. Another wrecked race car. Early day, Martin. What did you see?
I didn't see a whole lot. Just heard the spotter yelling that they were spinning out, and I was hoping they would be gone by the time I got there, and they weren't. You know, you just can't slow down here when you go off in the corner so fast, and they were wrecking right there before the middle of the corner. So I'll take a look and see what happened. But it's unfortunate, We had a pretty good car yesterday in happy hour, and I was looking forward to the race. It's a shame we didn't last very long, but it's just kind of how our years have been. So it's been frustrating, but the guys have been working hard, and we'll come back next week and try to have a good run.
How are the conditions right now? We've had a lot of rain, green rain racetrack, and this happened early.
Yeah, track's fine. It had nothing to do with the track. It was just, guys checking up, and Joey looked like he checked up. 96 checked up. Joey checked up and looked like Tony got in the back of him. Just one of those things here, when you're back in the pack, it happens on restarts. So track's good to go. I mean, it rubbered up 3 or 4 laps. It actually had some when we first started even, which I was surprised. So track's great. It's going to be a good race. Just unfortunate we're not involved in it.
Good to know the track's all right, and good to know Martin Truex Jr. is all right, and Reed Sorensen has been released now as well.
That's just like we talked about at the beginning of the race, is that track position is so important, especially early here, because of these problems that can happen. And the best place to be and the only safe place to be is in front of it. And that's why I would always, every time I got a chance to steal some track position, I would try to get 2 tires, do whatever I could just to try to get in front of these things, try to avoid these, kind of things. And we're here now that Martin Truex team, they did take 4 tires that last caution, so they had to give up track position to do that.
Very high banks on the concrete here and very narrow but very fast straightaways. It is Dover. Back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Still under a red flag here in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series coverage presented by Burger King. Tony Stewart sitting in his Chevy back in 26th position, and there is some damage on his car. Andy, how much will that affect him?
Well, he's got some damage in the front from the contact we saw. We see some in the rear also. I need to clean that up on that right rear corner right there. But, I mean, it's nothing that's going to keep him from having a good day if they can get some of this stuff fixed, but they're going to have to work on it a little bit.
Let's listen to his radio.
I hit him square, but, man, I couldn't do nothing, bud.
It's fine. I mean, they nothing you could do there when they check up like that. Bobby come down on him there, that's all he could do.
Yeah, he didn't have even a chance to check up there.
No, there's just nothing you can do. Again, these cars are traveling over 170 miles an hour. You heard Martin Truex talk about how fast you're going down into the corner, and that's just one of those things that's going to happen sometimes. You can see Tony got hit in the rear too, and that might have propelled him into Joey.
Let's hear from Reed Sorensen. Jamie.
Well, he had the best view of this thing. We're going to watch the replay again, Reed. Of course, you could take a look now and tell us what you saw and what you were thinking and how you think this car was flipping in front of you.
Well, by the time I got to Joey, I think pretty much everything was out of our hands at that point. The one was pushing me into the 20 there kind of, and I was trying to slow down as much as I could, but it looks like the 96 got checked up somehow, and then the 20 checked up, and I saw the 14 get into the 20, and he was on the brakes pretty hard, and I tried to go the outside of him and try to get around the wreck there, and the 20 came right back up the track in front of us. So it's a pretty wild wreck. It's something you don't really plan for, or you can't miss those kind of wrecks. It just kind of happened right in front of us, and Joey's okay. I talked to him and just glad he's all right. I think he's a little shaken up by it, but it's one of those deals. It's a fast racetrack, and as close as we're running out here, as soon as one person checks up, it's kind of a chain reaction and cause a little pile up there. But I don't know, just bad luck.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great. It's I didn't hit very hard or anything. It just, when I went up the track to try to miss the wreck, and I couldn't even see Joey until he got right in front of us, and next thing I know, I'm underneath this car and I see him flipping. So I didn't hit very hard at all. Just kind of tore the nose of the car when we got stuck underneath him there. But just happy to be here. The Valvoline guys did great today, and I don't know if we're going to get back out there or not. It looks like the car got tore up pretty bad on the front end, but we'll try to get back out there and get some points.
Well, Reed Sorensen says Joey Logano was okay in speaking, and I see him being released from the medical center. As soon as he gets here, Doc, we're going to get a word from he, and his dad is following behind him, and Coach Gibbs as well.
Thank you, Jamie. That is good news. A frightening crash here. 4 cars involved. The good news is that all 4 drivers appear to be okay. Back in a moment.
Welcome back to Dover International Raceway. Joey Logano caught up in that vicious wreck, has been released. Joey, first of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just really scared the heck out of me. That's pretty much what the biggest thing was. I was fine the whole time. It's just not 100% sure what happened. Spotter was clearing me low. I got down there, and then they checked up getting into the corner, and looked like I got tagged from behind. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen a replay yet. I'm not sure I want to see a replay, but seemed like it started rolling, and I was in there like, damn, please make this thing stop, and it wouldn't, and it just kept going and going. But I was fine. It goes to show how safe these cars are. They're really, I mean, I was fine. I think we had a pretty good Home Depot Toyota. We took off good. We lost a few spots after the first pit stop, but yeah, it was early in the race for that, and It just startled me. I'm fine. That's the big part.
Joey, you've done a lot of racing in your young 19 years. How did that compare to anything you've been through?
That was the wildest ride I've ever been on. You can't go on a roller coaster any worse than that.
Is your body feeling okay as of now?
Yeah, I'm just still shaking. That's all, but I'm fine. No, I'm not even sore, which is really surprising after all that. And I'm just happy it landed on its wheels. When I was on my side, that's when I was getting worried for a minute, but it came back down. Thank God. The good Lord is with me on that one.
Joey, we're glad you're okay, and he's still got that adrenaline pumping right now, Doc, but glad to see he was able to walk away from that one.
Wow, that is amazing, Jamie. That car rolled 7 times, side over side, 7 1/4 times, and he is able to walk away and come back and talk to you. How safe are these cars here in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series? Under a red flag, lap 32 of 400, Ryan Newman being shown as our leader.